Hi, everyone, and welcome back. It's Monday, May the 11th. Glad to have you here. Hope your weekend went well. The 11th day of May, mind you, a little more important this year, as of course it is the first day of phase one for gradually reopening Kentucky. Construction, manufacturing, office based businesses, 50% capacity, pet grooming, car dealerships across Kentucky allowed to open their doors under CDC guidelines and restrictions. Mind you, while here in McGoffin County, we have a very short list of businesses that fall into that category, but of course, our neighbors and big cities, of course, it's a different story. It's also the day that we are to begin to wear, under recommendation of the governor and state and local public health officials, our masks when we go into any business. We'll be talking about that tonight. We'll have Mayor and Public Health Director Pete Shepard in just a few moments with today's update. I'll go ahead and tell you that the results back today, McGoffin County is tested from over the weekend and those today, all negative. However, there is a positive case out of Floyd County, which is affecting a Sagersville business. Now, this is a business which is an office type setting only, and there are no patrons going in and out of this business, but it is nonetheless a situation that the mayor and health director wishes to share with us tonight, giving us as much information as possible in just a few moments about how this Floyd County case is now affecting a Sagersville business. We'll have more with him as well on churches here locally. Of course, that was a major turnaround over the course of Friday afternoon after I left you with a federal judge's ruling saying that churches were allowed to meet and have in-person services as of this Sunday, yesterday, out and ahead of what the governor had before listed. We'll talk with him about that, and of course masks, which are supposed to be worn at the recommendation of the governor and public health officials from this point further. And today we did a little bit of an observation on that, as did the mayor and local health department. We'll give you those results and information in just a few seconds. First off, a fatal structure fire in Knox County killed a teenager, seriously injuring but not life-threatening injuries to his aunt, I believe, and another man in the home. They were injured but not life-threatening injuries. Again, the 16-year-old boy died as a result of the structure fire in Corbin. The cause of the fire still unknown. Foul play not believed to be a factor. The governor, in lieu of it being Mother's Day, had no update for Kentuckians yesterday, but on Saturday announced 158 new cases of the coronavirus, putting us at near 6,500, a number which we will undoubtedly hit today, and we'll have his update for you in just a few moments. He also announced Saturday that 6 more Kentuckians had died, bringing the number of total lost to 304. He also touched in part on the federal judge's ruling that allowed in-person church services as soon as yesterday across the Commonwealth. Kentucky churches were able to hold in-person Sunday services. The majority, almost all, did not, but U.S. District Judge Gregory Van Tatenhoff granted a temporary restraining order Friday evening against the governor on behalf of the Tabernacle Baptist Church out of Nicholasville. The judge, in his opinion, saying that if social distancing is good enough for Home Depot and Kroger, it is good enough for in-person religious services, which, unlike the foregoing, benefit from constitutional protection. And soon as tomorrow, we'll be talking about the upcoming election, the June 23rd election. I spoke with our court clerk earlier today. I have some information there to pass along to you. It is going to be mostly an absentee election for us all, with only one voting location, that being by appointment only. So look for a lot of information on the show and in the Sagersville Independent in that regards. There were several calls of emergency over the course of the weekend. The McGoffin County Rescue Squad and Lifeguard Ambulance Service and other first responders altogether answered 8 calls of emergency that I am aware of as of yesterday. 5 of those being drug-related and potential overdose calls. 5 out of those 8. And there was another this morning of a similar nature, in which I believe all 6 individuals were given Narcan, and after being revived, 3 refused medical treatment, and 3, I believe, did go via ambulance to an area hospital. There was also an airlift for a stroke victim over the course of the weekend, and 2 serious accidents that are making headlines tonight. One involving an ATV, one involving a pickup truck that struck a tree. As for motor vehicle related accidents, there was actually 2 yesterday. One involved an ATV accident that was responded to in the Ivanton area. It's my understanding that an operator had wrecked his four-wheeler the night before and then started experiencing some serious medical issues yesterday, some hours later. Some breathing and other complications, and was actually flown to the St. Mary's Hospital, his condition unknown at this hour. Earlier yesterday, this was around 6 o'clock yesterday morning, a single vehicle crash. The driver of this truck, a local man I think, traveling westbound towards West Liberty on 460, he told authorities that he fell asleep, after which the vehicle left the roadway, struck the tree, overturning about 1.5 times, landing on its side. Rescue personnel had to extricate him from the vehicle. He suffered serious back injuries that would require surgery and was taken by ambulance first to the ARH Medical Center and then on to UK for the severity of his injuries. Yes, as I understand, based on 911 calls, there were 5 potential overdose situations called into 911 and responded to by local EMS just over the course of the last 24 hours, and in the 6th one actually earlier today. And as I understand, all of those, or the majority of which, received Narcan either by responding EMS or by someone who was already on scene with them, and at least half of which then refused medical treatment, while the other half were taken to an area hospital for treatment. But for an unknown reason, that is being looked into by local authorities, I do believe, as we are as well trying to find an answer. A total of 6 potential overdose calls coming into EMS in less than 24 hours. Well, the road's closed, and it's going to be a while before it is fixed. It's a break that happened weeks ago, but got worse real fast. And if you travel Johnson Fork, you're going to have to find a way around this spot near Cow Creek. Yeah, this break did happen rather quickly. I mean, it started some weeks ago, but it kind of progressed here lately a lot more than it had. This is on Johnson Fork, Route 134, closed indefinitely. That's mile 5.1 because of this break in the pavement that has gotten significantly worse over the past several days. And this is just about 1/10 of a mile northeast of Cow Creek, less than a half mile there, of course, from the Mountain Parkway. Deteriorating road conditions left the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet officials with no other avenue but to close the road for the safety of the traveling public this morning. The break does extend into both lanes of traffic. Drilling contractors are going to start, they say, to work this area and make repairs as soon as possible. It's not known and reported at this time to us how long those repairs will take or when the road will be reopened. But drivers are told to use the Mountain Parkway, Route 30, 460, Route 7 as a detour, and for the time being, road closed signs and barricades are being posted, and drivers are being told to take an alternate route.
Hello, Connor Hutchison for Hutch Auto Group. I've been out of school and quarantined with my Uncle Bob for over a month, and he wants me to tell you what I've learned. You'll never pay too much when you buy from Hutch.
Now that is one smart kid. That's why I gave him this shirt.
You made me pay for the shirt.
Yes, I did. You'll find all the national incentives on our 8 franchises, like 0% interest for 84 months, deferred payments for up to 6 months. Remember, the Hutch Guarantee.
HutchAutoGroup.com.
Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sigersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations. Meet Silas. Silas is absolutely an adorable hunk of love and has all the hugs and kisses to prove it. He is super smart, potty trained, about 3 years old and about 60 pounds, and he is ready for adoption. He's our pet of the week. Our pet of the week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by for huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Up next, Mayor and Health Director Pete Shepard, who tells us tonight of the most recent update in regards to Magoffin County tests and results, which I told you earlier at the start of the program have all come back negative again for Magoffin County. But as I also mentioned at the top of the program, Shepard tells us that a Floyd County positive case for COVID-19 has affected a Sagersville business, as he will elaborate more in just a few seconds, which has not been opened to the public or any patrons, but to office personnel only per the pandemic. I know we've got a couple of things we need to address, but first and foremost, it's Monday, so I suspect you had some new test results come in today from over the weekend. What are the numbers for Magoffin County?
So far, we've tested 340 Magoffin Countyans. 330 have came back negative, and we have 10 pending as of this afternoon.
So another day with all negative cases, no positive cases for any Magoffin Counties. That's good to report. However, I do know that you've informed me, and that's probably one of the reasons for us talking tonight is of a situation that has developed with the Sagersville business. What is it that you want to tell everyone tonight?
Well, I want everybody to know that there was a positive case in Floyd County. Now, that person works in a business in the city of Sayersville. They found that out. She tested positive, and it was on Saturday. The business has been notified. That business had been closed to the public. Nobody was in and out. It was just the people inside the business that was working it that had been exposed. They've all been sent home and isolated, and everything is going. The person that was positive has no symptoms, and they are at home too for the 14 days, and it's being monitored by the Floyd County Health Department. That since an individual lives in Floyd County, then they have jurisdiction over monitoring and contacting the people and making sure everything goes along the way the protocol calls for with the state.
Has there been any? I know that, of course, we're talking about this contact tracing now. Is the health department, if they had to notify anybody besides just those immediate co-workers here locally?
As far as I know, and I've talked to the health director at Floyd County twice. Mostly, it was just a very few workers that this individual was in contact with in the business, and for that whole building would be isolated. Yes, if the employee can do their work from home, let them do their work at home. I noticed today a lot of people are still not wearing masks going into businesses. I just recommend highly that you do that. All the employers seem to be cooperating today. Most of the workers that was in the businesses all had masks on today, and that's great. But we just need to buckle down because as more things open up, more people are going to be exposed, and it could happen at any time, and we could spike up and have 5-10 cases all at once. So I would like to say that most of the churches cooperated this weekend. Most that I've seen were doing the same thing they've been doing the last few weeks. I know a couple didn't. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us, but it's a free country and you do what you want to. But I know most of the churches are going to abide by the governor's rules and continue to not meet until until the schedule was made that the governor made.
And I plan on reaching out to a few of the pastors here soon on this note for the paper and the show. But I think there's also a few that are even taking it upon themselves to go even longer than the governor's potential opening.
That's true, and that's great. I mean, a lot of them have met. I guess their deacons and the members of the church have met. Some of them, and they decide to go longer. They think it's a necessary thing, especially with some of those congregations that got a elderly population that want to come to church, and it's great to see that they've come together and decided that what's best for McGoffin County is for them to continue the services on Facebook or on virtual TV or having the drive-ins. A lot of them are now continuing with the drive-ins, and that's just great.
I actually had one more question for Shepard, and we lost connection there right at the end, and that was just specifically to talk more about wearing masks. He and I both did a separate and personal observation earlier today and watching those going in and out of a few Sayersville businesses just picked at random. A lot more, as I talked with the mayor there, seen wearing masks today, but still, all in all, I would say maybe 6 out of 10 wearing masks and 4 not, and it might be even closer to half and half. I'm not for certain, but definitely a significant increase in the number of those wearing masks, but still not everyone to this point wearing their masks each and every time they get out, but that is something that, of course, the governor is stressing. You can't be cited for it, but it is highly recommended that if you are going into public in any form or fashion, and certainly a business, that you wear a mask. Businesses do not have to require you to wear a mask, but they can if they so choose to do. That is their prerogative and their right. Most businesses that I saw today were allowing those to come in without masks, and some were choosing to go that route. We'll see in the coming days how that progresses and if that continues to be the trend. And of course, phase 1 for us here in McGoffin County, very light today. Really, the wearing of masks is about the most significant change because we really only have a business or two that applies, or 3 or 4 maybe, to today's first phase of reopening: construction, manufacturing, distribution, car dealerships, pet grooming, and the like. So maybe more than that, a handful of businesses, nevertheless, which were able to open back up today, early guidelines, and of course many more able to do so again next week. We'll be talking about that in the days to come. We've still got more news to talk about tonight and your governor in just a moment.
I'm Dr. Jason Zimmerman at Highlands ARH, the healthcare system of Appalachia.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Hey everybody, your Sayersville Lees just wanted to let you know that it's still here. It's gone so well that they're going to keep right on for as long as possible with the $5 off coupon for the 16 or 20 piece family pack meal deals at your Sayersville Lees. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it, with all the sides for all the family, $5 off. With the $5 coupon that's in this week's edition of the Sayersville Independent, and Lee's is giving away a Sayersville Independent with every purchase, so there you go. The paper's free, the coupon's free, and you get $5 off only at your Sayersville Lee's famous recipe. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville, 349-4400. Real quickly, just a couple of things I want to hit on concerning the pandemic state and nationwide. Attorney General Daniel Cameron announced today that he is part of a number of states, so far totaling close to 20, calling on the United States Congress to investigate the Chinese government's role in the pandemic. This was started by South Carolina Attorney General, and they say that recent reports do suggest, as you may have read, as we have, that the Chinese government willfully and knowingly concealed information about the severity of the virus while at the same time stockpiling personal protective equipment. It has been described as basically the classic communist disinformation effort, the Chinese government doing so with the assistance of the World Health Organization, intentionally misleading the rest of the world for a period of months. In New York, Governor Cuomo said yesterday so far 3 little kids in New York have died, 73 gravely ill, another 85 or so cases being looked into with an inflammatory disease they say that very well could be linked to COVID-19, a pediatric multi-system inflammatory syndrome, the symptoms being similar to a toxic shock or the Kawasaki disease, which we have heard of most of our lives. 2 were very young. The 3rd was an adolescent, all from different parts of New York, none with any underlying health issues. This is a situation that actually healthcare providers here in the States were made aware of at the first of this month after reports of similar instances coming out of Britain. They don't even know what it is as of yet. There are also, of course, other reports saying that the virus is also destroying the lungs, as we've heard since initially, but also as well as the heart and kidneys of those that it infects, and also creating blood clots that have claimed the lives of many who have had COVID-19. And as we see reopening happening across the nation, everyone's watching to see how it's working. Naples says it's not. Naples, Florida, very nice upscale beach community. They closed their beaches. They opened them up a week ago under the direction of the state government, and after beachgoers completely swamped the area with no attention being paid to any social distancing or other guidelines, they say no more. They've closed their beaches, and videos that I've seen all day today from businesses around the country and elsewhere that showed coffee shops, other places of business, which looked as though they were operating as they were normally before the pandemic. No masks, no social distancing, everyone crowded and enjoying themselves and having a good time in areas that are supposed to be operating at maybe a third or at most half capacity with masks, social distancing, and the like. Just to let you know. And on that note, in Texas, Mark Cuban, Shark Tank Mark Cuban, billionaire entrepreneur, Dallas Mavericks Mark Cuban, well, he hired a firm to go out to Texas businesses, at least 1,000, maybe even more, and do a little observation and see who was following the businesses, those guidelines that they're supposed to be doing. 4% were, he says. 4% out of 1,000 doing what they are supposed to be doing to reopen. It is with all of that in mind that I am fearful that things will either go back in relation to the pandemic and the number of those sickened, or the closures that we've had to endure, or both. I hope I'm wrong. Major League Baseball says they are going to present a proposal to the Players Union to get started 4th of July weekend. No fans, but they've got a plan to play 82 regular season games against opponents in their own division, plus interleague matchups, limited to the AL East versus NL East, AL Central and NL Central, and AL West versus NL West. and postseason would be expanded from 10 clubs to 14, doubling wild cards in each league of 4. Teams would prefer to play at their regular season ballparks, but would switch to spring training stadiums or neutral sites if approved by the government. Any sport right now would be a good one. And baseball, of course, is one of the best. With that said, the governor today, back after taking off for Mother's Day, giving us an update on Kentucky's status and most recent number of cases, and that, of course, of the first day of the Phase 1 reopening. Without a press conference yesterday, the governor confirming 140 new cases yesterday and 3 deaths, fewer cases today, but 1 more death.
Today, we have 105 total new cases. So both of those are under what we've typically been seeing, but tomorrow or Wednesday, cases will catch back up. We've seen big Tuesdays, and we've at different times said, oh, it's the biggest day, but again, it spreads out over several days based on when labs are open and they're not. So when we say it's plateaued, it has, and it's plateaued even with a lot more testing that's been out there, and that's good news. Now, it's hard to say it's good news when there's still 100 plus people a day having something that can be deadly, and it's not good news when anybody passes away from it. But in dealing with a worldwide health pandemic, this is a good sign in where we are, but we got to keep it up. So for Monday, we're reporting 105 new cases of the coronavirus, which brings our total state cases to 6,677.
And again, 3 Kentucky deaths reported yesterday, 4 reported again today. Of those new cases that were reported today, 1 was said to be a little 10-year-old boy who is on a ventilator. New cases also involved a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old out of Warren County and a teenager out of Jefferson County. With earlier in the update, Dr. Stack talking about the new syndrome that is affecting kids that they are starting to see in New York that I spoke of a few moments ago. All this information, again, of course, can be found on the Kentucky State COVID-19 website. Now let's go right into your calendar, a birthday to begin it. We have some other announcements, and then it's a forecast where we take a major swing temperature-wise, but it's a good swing this time around. It's a birthday wish that was actually for Friday, I think is when it was called in, but I'd already started putting the show together. Just got it today, and it's for Virginia Meade. Virginia, from a whole lot of family and friends, a happy, now belated, but still happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Virginia. The Spring Energy Assistance Program, they're taking another round, or conducting another round with a LIHEAP heating assistance. It is good through the end of June. To get an appointment, contact your local Big Sandy Area Community Action Program here in Sagersville, 349-2217, toll-free 877-792-2219, or you can log on to bsacap.org/bookings to get your appointment now for the next round of LIHEAP. A lot of folks, of course, with weather like this, still using that heat. Maybe not for your weekend, though. I'll have that in just a few moments right now. Just a reminder, if you've got a calendar announcement, birthday or anniversary, whatever you want everyone to know, tell me. I'll be glad to tell them about it. Moving on tonight, funeral services provided nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And tonight, we learn of the passing of 63-year-old Carol Shepard of Gunlock, wife of Jerry Shepard, who passed away on Friday. She's survived by her husband, daughters Tammy Johnson and Tina Wireman, as well as 5 brothers and 3 sisters. In addition to her parents, Carol is preceded in death by 3 brothers as well and 1 sister. Private graveside services for immediate family will be held tomorrow at the Shepherd Cemetery at Gunlock, under the care and direction of the McGoffin County Funeral Home. 78-year-old Robert Lee Conley of Sagersville passed away on Sunday. He's survived by his wife, Helen Roark Conley, daughter, Vanetta Hazlett, 2 brothers, and 4 sisters. In addition to his parents, Robert Lee is preceded in death by 2 brothers and 1 sister. A private graveside service for immediate family will be held this Wednesday from the Patrick Lovely Cemetery at Johnson Fork, under the care of the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And lastly, tonight, 77-year-old Wayne Hensley of Sagersville passed away earlier today at his home. I'm told that arrangements are incomplete at this hour, but to be announced soon, as well by the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Now it's time to take a look at your Licking Valley RECC outlook, hopefully looking towards some warmer temperatures, and indeed we are. And that begins with a frost advisory in effect for the viewing area from 2 in the morning until 9 tomorrow morning, with a big temperature swing building up. Yeah, a significant swing to say the least, and that's a good thing in this scenario. I mean, you factor in today's daytime high of 50, 52 maybe, and it didn't even feel like that really. And compare it to this weekend's daytime highs, and yeah, we're 30, 31, 32 degrees difference, and that's a good thing that we're going in the upward direction temperature-wise. So keep that in the back of your mind when I talk about a little frost ahead of you, which might be the last of it, at least for a while, maybe the rest of the season. We'll talk about that a little later. Tonight, 35, chilly degrees out there, partly cloudy skies. That also will include some fog, patchy variety of, and some frost in the morning after 4 a.m. That frost and fog will linger to 7, 8 or so, and then we'll pick up a few degrees tomorrow, and we'll definitely see some sunshine, and that will help a lot. Close to 60 tomorrow, sunny skies, dry, calm after the frost, and then mostly cloudy tomorrow night. Those clouds are a part of a scenario that moves in Wednesday, where temperatures still perk up another couple of degrees, about 62, and nighttime lows definitely holding on to about 50 for Wednesday. But midweek we'll see more clouds than sun, and about a 30% chance of showers from noon pretty much on throughout the rest of your Wednesday. And then Thursday will really take a jump to about 78, partly sunny degrees. Now, we do have a 20% chance of some showers and thunderstorms after about 11 or so with all that warmth, but it's 20%. I can take it. It's going to be 78 and partly sunny on your Thursday. And those shower chances are small and kind of a narrow window and gone by Thursday night with a low of 59 degrees, which is our daytime high for tomorrow. Keep that in mind. Friday, showers, though, and thunderstorms, again, possible. About a 40% chance. We're still going to see some sunshine, and in fact, mostly sunny skies on your Friday. Check this out. 81 degrees as well. So with the heat, yeah, I'm going to call it heat, we will see the atmosphere give us a chance for a little instability, showers, maybe some thunderstorms. 40% chance Friday. 30% chance on your Saturday, but 83 degrees, the warmest day of the bunch. 61 for nighttime lows Saturday, and a 30% chance of some showers again. Shower chances for your Sunday, well, are a likelihood at 60%, 82 for your high, partly sunny. But still, 82, partly sunny. I'll still take a 60% chance of some showers on your Sunday. Thunderstorms, though, are also possible. We'll worry about that when it gets a little closer. Monday, with some more showers, maybe a few more clouds, we might get back down into the upper 70s for daytime highs. We'll keep an eye on that, too. It's going to wrap it up for this Monday. We'll see you back here with more exclusive news and information that you're only going to find here, nowhere else, as well as in the Sagersville Independent, which we have a lot of big stories coming up for this week and the weeks ahead that our editor, Heather Oney, has been working on. I'll enlighten you on those in the next couple of days. For now, good night, and thank you for watching.